Going to the book of St. Matthew, chapter 13 and verse 10. And the disciples came and said unto him, him is Yahushua, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. Why speakest thou unto them in parables? And he answered and said unto them, because it is given unto you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but it is not given unto them. Verse 13. Therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hear, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand. Verse 14. And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isaiah, which said, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive. Verse 15. For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes have closed, lest at any time they should see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Makakudash. Give double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that teaching the truth and sincerity across the four winds of the earth, and to the other brothers, Akim, that teaching the same truth of Yahweh Yahushai. I would like to Shalom, and to the large remnant of the 1/3 of the house of David, Shalom. I'm getting to this lesson. I'm gonna try to breeze through it quick as possible. And this lesson was inspired by about his brother that I'm real, that I've been knowing for quite some time. And we had a conversation a few days ago. And he's with that Christianity, plantation, slave, trap house doctrine. And, and wanting to go up against the true and uncut doctrine of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and they still believe it on Jesus Christ. With technology today, you can do all type of research and find out pretty much what you want to find out. But they've been lied to by their slave master Esau Edom and his system, and them calling on Jesus Christ. But all they have to do is research that the slave ship that was called Jesus, that did the transporting slaves from coast to coast. Okay, so so we're gonna start with this. And what he said was, it had kind of faded away now, but I wrote down the titles of what we speak about. And he spoke on 3 different topics. And I'm going to do it as fast as I can. But one of the first things he said in so many words, that the Most High, who they call God, and who they call Jehovah and Yahweh, and all those idols. Because if you understand the Paleo-Ancient Hebrew, which is the Lashawan Kodash, the holy tongue of the Most High Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, but they have no idea. So I want to go ahead and get into it. But what he said was something to the effect of, God love all mankind, and pretty much when you hear him say that, it basically they love their slave master Esau Edom. Okay, so let me go ahead and get off into it. I don't want to keep on rambling, but I got some key points that I'm about to break down through the spirit of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, what he's been taught and nothing but lies. But we're gonna use the scriptures. So let's go back when he said God loved everybody, all of mankind. So we're going to get to the bottom of it. We're going to go to the book of Leviticus, chapter 19, and verse 17 through 19. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. Thou shalt in no wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him. Verse 18. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. The children of thy people are your neighbors. The children of the house of Israel, the 12 tribes, which consist of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's it, and that's all, okay? The children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord Yahweh. I'm going to go ahead and read verse 19. And ye shall keep my statutes. Who were the statutes and commandments given to? Only the Israelites. Like it say in Psalm 140, I want to say 147 verse 19. He showed, roughly paraphrasing, I showed my word unto Jacob, my statutes and my judgment unto Israel. I have not dealt so with any other nation, and for their judgments that he haven't given to them, only to the 12 tribes of Israel. Roughly paraphrasing, you can go to Psalm 147 verse 19. Only the Israelites. In Hebrews 13 and 8, when he talks about how Yahweh Shai, who the word even called Jesus Christ, who don't change, he don't change. In Malachi 3 and 6, Yahweh, the Father, I am the Most High, and I change not. They don't change. So what they say, that's how it is. That's what it's going to be. And you mere mortals who the Most High created, you can't tell the Most High what to do. He called the shots. So okay. So I'm going to go ahead and keep on rolling. And see, these mere mortals, they want to tell Yahweh what to do. They don't even understand the scriptures because they've been indoctrinated with Esau, Edom, the damn wine, the Babylonian wine, and they drunk off all his philosophies, but they have no idea what's going on. Y'all have no idea what's happening. Okay, let me keep on rolling because I want to try to get through this as fast as I can. With all these lies you've been taught, man. Okay, we're going to go to the book of Exodus. And you talking about mankind, who the Most High, y'all think y'all going to bring that crap over into the new kingdom with these philosophies that Esau, Edom, then got y'all drunk, and you fake Christians of this Babylonian juice with all these different philosophies. So we're going to go, since the Most High love all mankind, we're going to get to the bottom of what they teaching y'all in those trap houses, those whore houses, and those Christianity plantation doctrine, false doctrine. When y'all go to their cemetery school, we call them cemetery schools because it's all lies and death. So we're gonna get to the bottom. And the Most High Yahweh love all mankind. Okay, so we're gonna go to the book of Exodus, chapter 19, and I'm gonna read it from verse 5 to verse 6. Now, therefore, if ye will obey the voice, let me start over. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice, it's Yahweh. He said, obey his voice. Okay? Not no mere mortals. Not man. He said, obey his voice and keep my covenant. Who are the covenant given to? The children of Israel, which consists of the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that make up the 12 tribes of Israel. This is covenant. He wasn't giving it to no heathens. Okay? Psalm 147:19, it'll tell you that. And he don't change. They shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people. We're not equal. The Most High said above all people on the face of the earth. So that baloney and that jive crap they teaching you in those plantation slave whorehouse buildings, hey, the Most High said above all people. If Yahweh said above all people, that's exactly what he means. That's what he said. And you fake ass Christians, y'all need to shut y'all damn mouth up. He called the shots. Y'all don't call them shots. For all the earth is mine. All the earth belongs to Yahweh. In verse 6, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests. He said unto him. And in holy nation, meaning separate nation. What make you holy and separate? Keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. He only given to the 12 tribes of Israel, and that's it. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. He ain't said nothing about them heathens. He ain't said a damn thing about them heathens. And you fake Christians, y'all gonna get put to death right along with the heathen because you have no idea. Y'all have no idea what's coming. Y'all live in a la-la land in a bubble. Y'all have no idea what's coming. think it's peace and safety. You think it's peace and safety. You just watch. Y'all about to find out. Pretty soon, there ain't going to be no more talking. So we're going to go to the book of Joel, since the Most High love everybody. And we're going to, and we about to get to the bottom of these lies. And one thing about you fake Christians, you don't come with no scripture. Y'all come with y'all's emotions, how y'all feel, what y'all think. 2 Peter's 1, I want to say 1 and 20. There are no private interpretation of the scriptures. If you read on down, his word would expire through his holy prophets. Pull it up and read it. I want to say 2 Peter's 1 and 20. So we're going to find out if the Most High, Yahweh, if he love everybody. We're going to go to the book of Joel in chapter 3. I'm going to read it through verse 5 and 7. Y'all want to hold on to y'all slave masters so much till y'all can't stand to see y'all slave master going through nothing. But you don't mind if the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans get slaughtered. Oh no, but y'all love Esau, Edom, the damn dragon that the Bible speaks of? Oh no. It better nothing there happen to y'all's love or y'all's God. That's y'all's God. And let me say this. I ain't trying to convert nobody. We only teach for the hopefully elected 1/3, the house of David. That's it. I'm just bringing out this word to tear down those lies that y'all teaching in those fake in those trap houses, going off y'all emotion. But we use the scripture. Okay, now we're gonna go to Joel 3 and 5. Because you have taken my silver and my gold, and this talking about the transatlantic slave trade, starting out with Edom, Esau, Edom, and the other heathen nations, and you dirty, filthy Africans, the Hamites, and Elam, and all the other different nations. This is what it's talking about. Because you have taken my silver and gold, and the silver and gold is representation of the 12 tribes of Israel, the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, which is referred to being silver and gold, and have carried into temples my godly, pleasant things. The children of Judah and the children of Jerusalem, which consist of the 12 tribes, Judah, the southern kingdom, and the children of Jerusalem will be the northern kingdom. Have you sold unto the Grecians? You sold unto the Edomites, sold unto the Grecians. Okay? That's who y'all love so much. Y'all don't want y'all love with y'all slave master to go down the agony of defeat. But the Most High don't give a damn about what y'all say. It's prophecy. And you can't turn it back. Y'all don't understand the scriptures. That ye might be removed far from your border. How did we get removed far from our border? The transatlantic slave trade and the sub-Saharan slave trade and the silk trade. And y'all jive ass Turkish thinking that these heathens ain't gonna pay for what they done to us and the new kingdom to come. Keep on thinking that. Verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of their places. Ye have sold them, and will return recompense upon your own heads. Future prophecy. Yahweh said the great payback is coming. You think y'all gonna be, well, you know what? The heathen, y'all know. But these fake Christians that being taught all these lies, thinking that we're gonna all come together and get along in the kingdom. But that ain't what the Most High said. Y'all not above the Most High. But you know what? It's scriptures in there that gonna tell you fake ass Christians, that y'all gonna get devoured too. Y'all don't even know y'all 2/3. You don't even know what 2/3 mean. But you about to find out what 2/3 mean. You can count on it. Man, my blood is boiling when I hear this false doctrine. But you know what? It ain't for y'all no way. Okay? Let me see you. I want to keep on going. Okay, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna read this too. A prophet, since y'all sold us, at verse 8, and I will sell your sons. You hear that? You hear that, brother, who I talk to? Who you thinking that y'all fake Christians gonna bring the heathens in? Watch what Yahweh say. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. So we're going to get a chance. And when the new kingdom come to earth, in Jerusalem, Israel, I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. And they shall sell them to the Sabaean, to a people far off, for the Lord Yahweh has spoken it. So who the hell are y'all, man? It's a future prophecy that's about to happen. Why they ain't teaching you this in that damn church you going to? You need to get your damn money back. And the rest of you damn wicked ass Christians, y'all ain't above the Most High Yahweh. That's why y'all got to be burned up on this side, man. Through them ICBM intercontinental ballistic missiles. It got to happen. Because if y'all want to bring the heathen in, they'll take over. So therefore, y'all come in that mindset, y'all got to be devoured on this side. Y'all got to be brought back through the hopefully elect, elect, the house of David, be born all over as children. But first, y'all got to suffer. The lake of fire that they teach y'all in these Christianity, plantation, slave, whorehouse, trap houses, that is a place up under the ground. No. Being tormented by spiritual demon Satan. It's talking about those missiles devouring all 50 states. United States of America gonna be consumed and devoured. That's what it's talking about. Y'all make me sick with that damn crap, man. We done been devoured, tortured, and still to this very day. And y'all think these heathen nations, starting off with Esau, Edom, the goddamn devil the Bible speak of, as we get through these scriptures, what you thought you knew, you don't know jack. And I'm gonna say this right quick before I carry on. I had talked to a person maybe a year ago, and I know you said it. Carrie or Rapper Allah can't tell me nothing about the Bible. No, I know the scriptures. You don't know it. It's flip-flop. You may think you know something about this Bible, you don't. Y'all think y'all gonna save these heathens. You gonna to my all mankind. Let me show you about all mankind what Yahweh say. We're gonna go to the book of Revelation. These future prophecies. Something that is gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Don't take this personal, it's just business. It's just strictly business. I want to say these damn heathens. And if they could come in, they'll come in and take our place all over again, then you'll be in captivity. And all you, the other suckers, these fake Christians that think like you. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And here is the patience and the faith of the saints. The saints are the Israelites. This book was written for the Israelites, by the Israelites. It ain't talking about nobody else. But you don't understand the scriptures. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who led the 12 tribes into captivity and sold us like commodity and cattle? Who did that? Starting out with them dirty Africans, them Hamites, that sold us to the Grecians, the Edomites. Then they spread us around through Elam, and hey, they spread us around, man. They sold us. What make them so good that they don't have to go through what we went through? Y'all some damn fools. And may the Most High destroy y'all ass for thinking that way, in which he will, because he can't bring y'all into the kingdom. Y'all got to be burned up first. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. The modern day sword is any type of killing instrument today. Who get burned down on the streets? And there are no consequences for it. The people that had the curses up on them. Do any other nation go through that? Hell no. So how in the hell did y'all think that y'all gonna bring some heathens in? They gotta suffer. We suffered. The Most High destroyed us as a nation. We had some good Israelites, Hebrew Israelites, the children of Israel, and most of them was wicked. So do you think the Most High spared just the good ones and devoured the wicked ones? Hell no. He devoured you as a nation. If he devoured the Israelites as a nation, he gonna devour them heathens as a nation. Y'all always talking about this is a good one. Ain't none of them good. You knew the scriptures, you'll understand that. But y'all don't know the damn scriptures. To further prove it, So I ain't trying to convince nobody. This is only for the elect. Go to the book of Jeremiah. Go further prove this. Y'all thinking to my, hey, God, look, hey, he love mankind. That's what y'all ass gonna get destroyed right along with these heathens, man. You ain't gotta believe. I don't give a damn if y'all believe it or not. Hey, when that time come, y'all ass gonna know. And it's closer than you think. Jeremiah 30:16. Therefore, all they that devour thee shall be devoured. Who devoured us? It's a table of 18 nations. And they all spread us around. Sold us and made gain off of the children of Israel. Free labor. Their old money, their generational wealth. So y'all thinking that Salaki, these heathens are better than us. They ain't got to pay for it. But we're going to get in the kingdom and join hand to hand. Y'all must be out of y'all damn mind. That's why Yahweh going to destroy y'all ass on this side. The Most High said, therefore all they that devour, ye shall be devoured. So we're going to devour them in the kingdom. All thine adversaries, every one of them, shall go into captivity. Then we go into captivity? What the hell make y'all think that ain't nothing going to happen to y'all lovers? And they that spoil thee shall be spoiled. Did we not get spoiled? Yahweh said they're going to be spoiled too. What goes around comes around. Galatians 6:7. Be not deceived, for God is not mocked. Roughly paraphrasing. Whatsoever man sow, he shall also reap. So whatever you plant, it's definitely going to come up. All that prey upon thee, I will give for prey. So they're going to be given for a prey too. These are the words of Yahweh. And before you get to thinking in your mind about them Jews, about the Gentiles and no different from no Jew, no Greek, no born, no free. All those epistles, if you understand the scriptures, it was written to the Israelite foreigners that were scattered in the mix of all those different heathen nations via the transatlantic slave trade, the sub-Saharan slave trade, and the silk trade, which Paul and the other apostles was going through all those different churches, preaching to the Israelites that they know they were Israelites that had been taken on the ways of the heathen customs, bringing them to their remembrance through their heart and their mind that they were Israelites to repent and stop taking on the ways of the Grecians and all those different heathen nations, taking on their custom to come back to the adoption of keeping the law, statutes, commandments, who they were. That's all it means. So I know y'all gonna see. I know you, I'll probably try that. That ain't gonna work. So let me go ahead and speed through it. You know, I hope today the Most High put up on your mind, on your heart, whether he let you see it for a minute and take it back away from you, or hopefully he let you grab a hold to it and it makes sense to you. But if not, it's not up to me whether it makes sense to you or not. So we're going to go to the book of St. Matthew's. And this is what y'all try to do. You know, he loved all mankind. And I heard another brother that I know too, he always posting stuff on Facebook, talking about mankind. I know he probably seen some of my videos and some of the things that I say, he don't like what I say, then which y'all don't understand the scriptures. See, y'all don't know the scriptures, you know. He always talk about mankind pretty much. When I hear y'all, or when we hear y'all say that, it means, well, you know, God love everybody. He even loved the so-called white man. The damn devil the Bible speak of. Hell, no the hell he don't either. And since y'all want to bring them in, let me show you what the Most High got to say about this. Y'all use y'all own dumb ass, vain ass, monkey ass brain. Now, we're going to go to the book of St. Matthew, 20:18. Behold, we go up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man, which is Yahushua, shall be betrayed unto the chief priests and unto the scribes, and they shall condemn him unto death. Verse 19. And he shall deliver the Gentiles, and shall deliver him to the Gentiles to mock and to scourge and to crucify him. On the third day he shall rise again. In verse 20. Then came to him the mother of Zebedee, the children's son, the children with her son, worshiping him and desiring a certain thing of him. Verse 20. And he said unto her, what wilt thou? She said unto him, grant that these two sons may sit the right, sit the one on the right hand and the other on the left in thy kingdom. See, in thy kingdom, okay? Keep that in mind. But Yahushua, who the world equally called Jesus Christ, said unto him. And keep in mind verse 20, what verse 21 said. And he said unto her, What wilt thou? She said unto him, Grant thee these two my son may sit the one on the right hand and the other on the left hand. Okay, so that's what their mom said. But Yahushua said, he answered and said, Ye know not what ye ask. Are ye able to drink of the cup that I shall drink, of the and to be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with? Salakia, I'm getting excited. They said to him, We are able. Here's the main point. And he said unto them, Ye shall drink indeed of my cup, and be baptized with the baptism that I am baptized with. But to sit on my right hand and on my left, it is not mine to give, but it shall be given to them for whom it is prepared of my Father. Who did the Father Yahweh prepare the kingdom to? To the 12 tribes of Israel. Not you, them damn heathens. So how in the hell y'all gonna say that the Most High love all mankind, that they can come into the kingdom? It is not yours to give. Just like Yahweh told that lady, the kingdom is not his to give. Only a Yahweh. How the hell y'all gonna say that God love all mankind, meaning that they can come into the kingdom? Who in the hell do y'all think y'all are? Y'all lost y'all damn minds. Whatever church y'all been going to, y'all need to get y'all damn money back. Y'all tithes and offerings. Suckers, y'all got my blood boiling. Then another thing he said, okay, so I'm going to go to this. Another thing he mentioned, we talk about, you know what, he didn't give me a chance to say a word, but you know what, I'm glad I did, because the Most High Yahweh, he stopped me. He said, look, he said, just be quiet and listen. So I've been practicing patience and listening. So I listened. I said, okay. But now knowing what the Most High was about to give me to make a lesson, to expose all these things that he's been taught in these Christianity trap houses. And he said this. I can't remember word for word I'm going to paraphrase it. He also mentioned the serpent in the garden. How the serpent deceived Eve and how she gave some of that fruit, that apple, to Adam. They thinking they're talking about some fruits, some real apples or fruit. They have no understanding. I want to say 2 Peter. You know what? Let me pull it right quick, because I don't want to go off. Let me pull it right now. Let me see. Let me pull it right quick. That's what they be thinking. They don't know what the hell they be talking about. They think it's a real apple. Now watch this. 2 Peter chapter 3 and verse 16. And also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood. See, they don't know nothing about John 3:16, all the other epistles that was written to the Israelite foreigners, a mix and mingle among the heathens. They don't know that. Which they that are unlearned and unstable wrestle. And they do also the other scriptures unto their own destructions. And for your own destruction. Let me read it again. 2 Peter chapter 3 and 16. And also in all his epistles, speaking in them of these things, in which are some things hard to be understood, which they that are unlearned, that go to the cemetery schools, and the unstable, they wrestle, they rest, and they do also the other scriptures unto their own destructions. Man, y'all headed for destruction. Man, y'all don't know nothing, man. So it's going to go back. So I'm going back to the book of Genesis. He mentioned that serpent. We're going to find out what that serpent is. So they thinking they talking about the apple. But he said it with confidence. He was confident what he was talking about. He said as he talked so fast, he would give me a chance to put a word in. Like he was teaching me a lesson, teaching me something. You been taught lies, brother. I ain't trying to convert you, my brother. I'm defending the gospel, showing you that what you learn is a damn lie. Now we're going to go to the book of Genesis. When you think of that, they're talking about a real snake in the grass. They're talking about a snake in the grass, but not the snake you think he's talking about. Yeah, he says, see, Eve was tricked by the serpent. We're going to the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 1. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh, our power had made. And so that field is talking about the world. And the beast is a representation or like a parable for people, beast of the field. And if you're not given the law, statutes, and commandments, you know more than a beast. Okay? Only the 12 tribes was given law, statutes, and commandments. So if you have the law, statutes, and commandments, so that's what he's talking about. And he said unto the woman, Yea, had God, Yahweh, ye shall not eat of every tree in the garden. But first, let me show you what this serpent means, to show you that it ain't talking about no damn snake. But you were confident when you said it. See, I don't understand the etymology of the word. You understand them, but through the scriptures in this Bible, you're not given the understanding in the truth. So you out of your league when it comes to this. In the world, smart, yeah. In the world, you smart. But when it comes to this here, you don't know what the hell what's going on. Now watch this. Now we're going to find out what this serpent is. In the Strong's Dictionary, G3789, a snake, figuratively a type of sly, cunning, and awful malicious person, especially Satan. It's talking about Esau, Edom. He have tendencies as a serpent. He's wise like a serpent. He's subtle like a serpent. And not talking about no damn hissing snake talking to a woman. It's talking about a bloodline of people. Esau, Edom. That's the snake. That's the serpent he's talking about. They're more crafty than all, and more subtle than any beast of the field. And he said unto the woman, Yahweh has said, you shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, which is Esau, Edom, May we eat of the fruit of the tree of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree in the midst of the garden. In that garden, they're talking about people and these different philosophies, these different religions. And Yahweh has said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall you touch it lest you die. So this is how you die. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go to, let me go to Baruch. Go to the Apocrypha. Let me close this out. Okay. Let's see. Baruch 4:1. This is the book of the commandments of God, Yahweh, the law that endures forever. All they that keep it shall come to life, but so shall leave it shall die. If you're not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, if you keep them, that's life. That's a way of navigating a living holy. But if you turn your back on it and you start keeping these pagan Salakia, these pagan idols and these gods, that's death. You keep the law, statutes, and commandments for the Israelites, you alive. If you leave it and you go to these idols, which would be Christianity, it would be Seventh-day Adventists, would be Roman Catholic, Jehovah's Witness, you going off. That's going to lead you to death, even a physical death and a spiritual death. That's what it's talking about. It ain't talking about no apple, okay? In verse 4, no, verse 4. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. That's Esau, Edom. You shall not surely die. For the Most High knoweth that in that day ye eat thereof, your eyes shall be open, and you shall know good, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Good is keeping the law, statutes, commandments, and when you go against the law, statutes, and commandments, now you're dealing with these different philosophies and these false doctrines, worship that idol worship, okay? And that's evil, said the Most High eye, and you hate that. It's an abomination. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that tree of these different philosophies, these different religions, and it was pleasant unto the eye. It was pleasant unto the eye because that's coming up another way. Pretty much our people, they don't want to be held accountable. They want to be able to do what they want to do, and then thinking that they can slide into the kingdom. But going and that other food they're talking about is these different philosophies going around, meaning you don't have to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. You can still make it to the kingdom going another way. That's what I mean by being pleasant to the eye, and the tree being desired to make one wise. She took the fruit thereof. That fruit is the false doctrines, the different philosophies. She took the fruit of worshiping idols and false gods. That's the fruit we're talking about. And did eat. That means he received it. And gave also unto her husband with her, and he did eat. So he received it. Okay? So now we're gonna go, and another thing he spoke on, it was the angels. He said the angels they rebelled against the Most High. Yahweh. And keep in mind, everything he said, man, he was confident. I could hear the confidence in his voice. It was like he was schooling me, telling me something. But what he learned is not in the scriptures. We're going to get to the bottom of it. Now watch this. You need to go back and get your money back because you've been told some lies, and see what they think. He think a third of the angels, and not just him thinking like that. All these Christians, they believe this Roman and Greek mythology. They have no understanding of the scripture, knowing that the Most High blind them. He don't want them to get it. So here's what's happening. So we're going to go to the book of Revelation to prove it even further that they thinking that the Most High, that spiritual demon Satan and the third of the angels tried to hijack the Most High's kingdom and going to overtake it. When you go to 2 Kings 22 and 19, it talks about these how his sons came to his altar to bid the wickedness on how the Most High wanted to destroy a certain king. I want to say King Ahab. So he have spirits on the right hand side, which would be the righteous angels, and spirits on the left hand side, which would be known as demons or evil angels today. All spirits are subject to Yahweh. Okay, nothing and nobody rebel against Yahweh. So I'm gonna prove that through the scriptures. They ain't talking about what you thought it was talking about. So we're gonna go to the book of Revelation, chapter 12, and verse 7. Start at verse 7. And then were they thinking that spiritual demon Satan and the third of the angels tried to rebel against the Most High. Revelation chapter 12, verse 7. And there was war in heaven. That's what they thinking. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. And the dragon and his angels fought. Okay, so now what I'm gonna do now is this. I'm gonna go to I'm gonna come back to it. I'm going to go to Joel. Precept must be up on precept. Precept upon precept, line up on line. Line up on line, here a little and there a little. It'll fit together just like a puzzle. I want to say Isaiah 28 and 10. So we're going to go to the book of Joel. in chapter 3. I'm going to read it from verse 2 to verse 3. Then I'm going to jump back to Revelation. Now here's what's happening. Joel chapter 3, verse 2. And I will also gather all nations, and I will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the valley of decisions, Jehoshaphat, God's judgment. And I will plead with them for my people Israel, for my people and for my heritage Israel, which is the 12 tribes, black, Hispanic, so-called black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, whom they have scattered among the nations and part of my land. Okay? Via the transatlantic slave trade, sub-Saharan slave trade, and the silk trade. And they have cast lots for my people, sold us like cattle, and have given them boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. So these are the nations via the World War III, the third woe. Two major prophecies left. The third woe, which is brewing up, in the Charagma. I'm at the speaking code, Revelation 13 and 16 through 18. That Charagma, where you can buy and sell. I can't speak too much on it because they'll cut my video. Okay? So it's talking about gathering all the heathen nations in the valley of Jehoshaphat. These are part of the angels that he's talking about. Now I'm going to go back and prove it via the third woe. It ain't talking about no celestial spirits trying to fight against Yahweh. Okay? So now we're going to go back to Revelation. Okay, 12. Okay, now. That's what he's talking about, the war in heaven. All the nations, he's going to gather them to the valley of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat. All these heathen nations. Because he's about to deal with them. These are the angels. Okay, now. Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven, Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and they fought. And the dragon fought against his angels and prevailed not. Okay, you know what? Let me do this. We're going to find out who the dragon is. Then I'm going to jump back to verse 8. I'm going to read 7 again. Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought against his angels. We established that in Joel, the 3rd chapter. The angels are talking about, he gathered all these different heathen nations to fight in the third woe. That's what he's talking about. Okay, now we're going to find out who the dragon is. We're going to see that it's not no spiritual demon. And there appeared, Revelation chapter 12, verse 3. And there appeared another one in heaven. Behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns and 7 crowns. If you know secular history, they're talking about NATO and EU. That's what they're talking about. They're talking about this beast and this beast system. 7, there one, behold, 7. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads, and the 7 heads is the Greeks, the Romans, the French, and the Spanish, Germania Major and Germania Minor, and Britain. Part of this beast system. And them 10 horns and 10 crowns is NATO. NATO and EU, that's what they're talking about. That's who's fighting. The great red dragon goes back, the scriptures exposing him, to Genesis 25 and 25. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau, okay? That's what it's talking about. It's speaking in code talk. And only the elect is going to get it, okay? And the reason the dragon wanted to continue to slay the children of Israel, it goes back to the birthrights. If you go to Genesis 27th chapter, I want to say the 41st verse, it's all spiritual, it's not carnal. And so it's about the blessing, the birthright. He pissed off and wroth with the woman, Israel, the 12 tribes, because of the birthright. And in Genesis 27th chapter, around the 41st verse, it say, roughly paraphrasing, when my father Isaac died, I'm going to kill my brother Jacob. Jacob consists of the 12 tribes. So that's why after us today, the Edomites started with the international bankers, the Rothschilds, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, and the Vanderbilts. That's who it's talking about. Okay? That's that great red dragon that's going to try to make war with Yahushua and Michael the archangel. Okay? In verse 18, and prevail not, neither will the place found any more in heaven. Heaven is a rulership. His kingdom is about to be over with. Second Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 6 and 9, roughly paraphrasing, for the beginning, you know what? I don't want to butcher. Let me close this out and read it right quick. Going to the Apocrypha, Second Esdras, verse 6 and 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follow it. And what that meaning is, it's time for the Israelites to rule upon the Yahushua, King David, and the 144 on down. That's what it's talking about. Esau, Edom kingdom is over. Okay? That's what it means. That's what it's talking about. So now, let's prove further. Let me read this right quick. I should have enough time to read it. Let me check some right quick. Let me check some right quick. Yeah, it goes back to what I just read earlier by Genesis 1:7 and 41. About him when he said that Esau said, when our father Isaac died, he's gonna kill his brother Jacob. Now watch this. Hey, it's ancient. This is ancient. It's been happening ever since the beginning of time. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman. The woman is the 12 tribes of Israel, which consists of Selachim, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And between thy seed and her seed. So that's how the Most High ordained it. He made it that way. He don't want us together. We're separate people. And these people got to go in slavery. And that's how it's going to be. And it shall bruise thy head. They try to think that they could take Yahushua out when they put that crown of thorn upon his head, thinking that they were going to destroy him. And they bruised his head. And thou shalt bruise his heel. It goes right back to 2nd Esdras 69, when Jacob with the 12 tribes grabbed hold of his red heel and the end of his world and putting him down to hell, meaning slavery. He grabbed his heel so hard and so tight, since he come out first, Jacob, our forefather, which is considered the 12 tribes, pulling him down. He was about to get out of rulership. We got next. And they got a perpetual slavery. And the other heathen nations, they go into slavery too. So you can't help it. Now, let's get back to, I'm trying to go ahead and keep it up on the hour. Let me go back to the book of Revelation. And we're going to prove even further that it's not talking about no spirits fighting the war in heaven. They're talking about men. Revelation 19, and let me see. Verse 19, and we'll start at verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse. And that white horse is talking about a chariot, what the world English called UFOs. Then when Yahushua coming back on a father ship, they're going to cover the whole sky, following the other legions of angels in they chariots, what the world English called UFOs. So, okay, and so Salaki, chapter 19, verse 11. And I saw heaven open, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. That's Yahushua, who the word English calls God. And in righteousness do he judge and make war. He coming back to judge and make war. He coming back for a great slaughter, to put some people to death. That's what he coming back for. Salakia. That's what he coming back for. Okay? Now, we're going to jump to verse 'Let me read that over. Okay, no. Verse 14. And the armies which were in heaven followed him upon white horses, clothed in fine linen, white and clean. These are the other innumerable angels that's going to be following Yahushua, who the word English called Jesus Christ, on the so-called UFOs. Now here we go. We'll get to the main point, that it's not talking about no spirits that rebel against Yahweh. And I saw the beast. And that beast is going right back to Revelation 12 in the 3rd chapter. That beast with the 7 heads and 10 horns. Secular history is explaining who it's talking about. The European Union. That's what we're talking about. And that harlot that ride up on that beast is the United States of America. They dressed in scarlet, red. They're showing you that it's Edom. It's a race of people of bloodline. Blood showed forth through his skin. Idumea in the Greek. And I saw the beast of the kings of the earth. It didn't say in spirits. It said kings of the earth and their armies. Go back to Joel, the 3rd chapter, the valley of Jehoshaphat, getting geared up for the third woe. All these heathen nations are going to try to fight against Yahweh, who the word even called Jesus Christ, and Michael the archangel, and all the other innumerable angels, gathered together to make war against him that sat up on a horse. Him that sat up on a horse with Yahweh, who the word even called Jesus Christ, and against his army. So now do you think they're talking about some spirits, some celestial beings that try to go against Yahweh or Yahweh and take over his dominion? Nope, it ain't talking about that. If any man have an ear, let him hear. That's what it's talking about. Now we're going to get to the last one. I got a few more to read. So now, when you thinking that spiritual demon Satan, they're trying to rebel against the Most High, he's the son of the Most High. On the left-hand side, the left-hand angel, which would be a demon. So now we're going to go to Isaiah, just to prove even further that spiritual demon Satan ain't what the God of this world ain't what you think he's talking about. Now we're about to find out if it's a spirit, a celestial, wicked angel that's in the heavens, or is it a man that's on the earth, or it's a nation of people. So we're going to go to the book of Isaiah. Would you listen real close? Hail from you know what? Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to have to read it all the way through. I wish I could skip some of it, but I can't for it to make sense. Isaiah 14 and 9. Hell from beneath it moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirred up the dead, and hell is the condition. That's all it is. If you go to the book of Jonah, I want to say the 2nd chapter, they talk about him being in the fish belly. It's condition. It's hell. Hell is the condition. I just read Jonah. And the chief ones of the earth, it had raised up from their thrones kings of the nations, all these heathen nations, with the table of 18 nations, or the 17 nations, because minus the Israelites, other 17 nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, art thou become as weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? See now all the other nations, they about to put them nukes on them. Thy pump is brought down to the grave, and that noise of thy vows, and the worms spread under thee, and the worms represent decay. Its infrastructure is rotting and decaying, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? How art thou fallen from thy rulership? Because Yahweh and the Michael the archangels kicked his ass with them chariots, what the world even called UFOs, and devoured him. So he no longer in rulership. Yahweh coming back and take over all the nations. O Lucifer, son of the morning, how is that cut down to the ground? We did weaken the nations. How do you weaken the nations? By putting sanctions on them. For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend into heaven. How did he ascend into heaven? From his satellites, spying on everybody, think like he is the Most High, seeing inside of your house, every move you make. He ascended into heaven. Okay? I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit upon the congregation, the mount of the congregation. How did he send his throne above the stars? The Israelites, the 12 tribes of the stars. On the side of the north country, North America, where most of the Israelites reside. We scattered abroad, but most of the Israelites are in North America. I will ascend above the height of the clouds. I will be like the Most High with his airplanes, his space stations, again his satellites. His rockets. He gonna ascend up into the heavens. He gonna be like the Most High, knowing everything with his satellites, spying. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell condition. It's not time for him to go into slavery. And the other heathen nations, that's hell. It's a condition. Heaven is a rulership. Be brought down to the pit. Now here's the main point. You say this spiritual demon Satan. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee, looking down their nose bone, and consider thee, saying, is this the man? I thought it was a spirit. It's talking about a bloodline of people that doing the bidding for spiritual demon Satan. He coming in the spirit of Satan. If this the man, consider, let me start over. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee. If this a man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms. How he shake kingdoms? With them bombs. Nagasaki and Hiroshima. How he made the whole earth tremble. They talking about a bloodline of people. Start with the international bankers. The elite. That made the world as a witness. Who destroyed the whole earth, man? Who killed and devoured and sucked the life out of the planet Earth? Who did that fit? Who have military bases scattered among the whole world? Who does that fit? And destroyed the city thereof and opened up the house of the prison. Who are they talking about, man? Ain't no spiritual demon Satan. But here's the wait. I'm gonna read through this one real quick. We're gonna go to the book of Romans. Romans 11:7. And this is the reason y'all can't get it. Because it's not for y'all. Romans 11:7. What then? Israel had not obtained that which it seeking for. It's seeking for the truth. But it's still in these Christianity buildings. Y'all seeking for the truth, but the election had obtained it. We obtained it. And the rest were blinded. So y'all, hey man, look, the Most High blind y'all. I'm gonna try to squeeze in this last one. The Most High, man, blinded. Man, he blinded y'all, man. He don't want y'all to get it. And that's the most dangerous part about the Most High. And I'm not trying to convince you and nobody else. I'm just reading the scriptures. This is only for the hopeful elect. And that's it. And that's why we preach it, for the hopeful elect. We're gonna go to the book of Romans. Isaiah. I'm gonna read it from verse 8, chapter 6, verse 8 through 11. Also I heard the voice of the Lord saying, whom shall I send? And who will go for us? Then said I, here I am, send me. So it's talking to an angel. It's about to do his thing that the Most High sent him to do, Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua. And he said, go and tell this people, hear ye indeed, but understand not. Y'all don't understand. No matter how many times y'all hear it, ain't never gonna make sense. And see ye indeed, but perceive not. He's not gonna get it because the Most High don't want you to get it. He sent an angel here to block you from anything that makes sense. Not gonna make sense. Make the hearts of these people fat, and make their eye and make their ears heavy, and shut their eye, lest they see with their eye, and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and be converted and be healed. Most High don't want y'all to get it. He sent an angel to block you. But we don't care if you believe it or you don't. We're defending the gospel. Everything you were taught is a lie. We use scriptures and facts. We don't go off our emotions and feelings, how we think. So I'm going to close out. I would like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Shem Yahushua, by Shem Kakadash, double honor to the apostles and the elder of Great Millstone, peace and salutation to the hopefully there, and Shalom.